I just want to do an update on this, on the situation with the euro, which I have a few little things that I suspect are going on here. I don't think Bulgaria, a lot of people and a lot of politicians, they want to join the euro, and really, I would agree with them because there's no real benefits, especially to the people, as they would call them, the man in the street. And I think I'm a man in the street as well here. Um, so Bulgaria will not fulfil the criteria for the euro by June. Now, there's two reasons they give. One of them in this article is um, is the political situation, which is doesn't look like it's going to ever be resolved in the next foreseeable future. Anyway, they're having more uh, voting in June, which is when this report is due. And the other one is they're not going to meet the inflation um, criteria for joining the euro. So it's kind of looking a bit unlikely, and I don't think anybody's really disappointed, except for maybe some bankers. Um, now, I went through the benefits before, of which there are none joining the euro, and now Croatia they've just joined. I think it was last year or the year before, and now they've got like the inflation is getting out of control, and people are complaining now that it's the euro when they said before that it wasn't, and people are watching that from here. And so that's one thing, and the other one, this one here, the survey. Now, nearly half Bulgarians sceptical. Now, I would say it was probably more than half, but they like to keep these things, in their favour. So they say 47% say no, they don't want the euro, but only 39% say they definitely do. So you can make of those figures what you want, and the rest who abstained, they probably just don't want to say, or just are wondering who's asking them, or they just need some abstentions in a vote. Who knows? To make it look genuine. So there's the overwhelming sort of um, view of the people. They don't want the euro. So why would anyone join the euro with its history with Greece and Portugal? And because what happened there is they lent them a load of money, or let them borrow a load of money, um, and they weren't supposed to borrow as much as they did. But and then they hiked the interest rates up, and they couldn't pay it back. In a nutshell, that's what happened. And then they had to bail them out, or and strip them of some assets, probably. Um, and then they kind of controlled Greece now with the threats, and etc. etc. So why anyone would want to join the euro now? The states that haven't joined the euro haven't. They're not. They're not suffering. They're not suffering. They're doing better than some of the others. So it doesn't guarantee anything, any real economic benefit. It's only a currency, and if the lev is pegged to the euro, there's really no reason other than this CBDC is coming in, the digital euro. So they would like to control people and make it cashless in the end. They say they're not, but that's the aim. if you follow that. Um, if you follow that type of thing, that's the aim, to make it cashless. And some countries are almost cashless anyway now. Um, so, and Bulgaria love cash. Everybody loves cash here. It's all cash. It's great. Um, people do use cards and stuff now, but like a lot of stuff is in cash, and people like it. And maybe this is another one which you just put on the screen here. This is the European Parliament passes law to restrict cash payments to €10,000. Now, I would imagine that still applies. That's an EU law. Um, so I would imagine even if it's lev or you know any other currency, if you're in the EU, it's 10,000 in cash. Now, how they're going to enforce that in Bulgaria is anyone's guess. Now, really, you could just stagger payments, couldn't you? You know, um, I don't see how they could really, unless you're drawing it direct from a bank, which people who want to deal in cash, they may not have the money in the bank. They may have it under the mattress. So I don't know how they would enforce that or monitor it or even know. Uh, except if you're buying things from like a business who's got to register the transaction, if you know what I mean. But even then, you could do installments. You could do staggered payments or whatever. I would imagine there was an easy way around it. But anyway, so that's where they're up to, and I, I see the overall feeling in all these articles that Bulgaria doesn't really want to join, and they're having their arm twisted. Um, and probably some of the bankers would want to join, but I don't know why. Yeah. So we'll watch this space and it looks like it's not going to be till mid next year anyway, and quite very very possibly it'll be it'll be postponed again. I would have thought. So we'll see. So that's just a little update on somebody might be interested in that. Cheers.